Her hair was up in a ponytail, her favorite dress tied with a bow. Today was Daddy's Day at school, and she couldn't wait to go. But her mommy tried to tell her that she should probably stay at home. The kids might not understand why she went to school alone. But she wasn't afraid. She knew just what to say, what to tell her classmates of why he wasn't there that day. The little girl went to school eager to tell them all about a dad she never sees and a dad who never calls. There were daddies along the wall and back for everyone to meet. Children squirmed impatiently, anxious in their seats. And one by one, the teacher called a student from the class to introduce their daddy as the seconds slowly passed. At last, the teacher called her name. Every child turned to stare. Each of them was searching for a man that wasn't there. "Where's her daddy?" she heard a boy call out. "She probably doesn't have one," another student dared to shout. But his words did not offend her as she smiled up at her mom and looked back at her teacher, who told her to go on. With her hands clenched behind her back, her mouth a little dry, she took a big, deep breath and tried hard not to cry.
My daddy couldn't be here because he lives so far away, but I know he wishes he could because this is such a special day. And though you cannot meet him, I want you all to know all about my daddy and how much he loves me so. He loved to tell me stories. He taught me to ride my bike. He surprised me with pink roses and taught me to fly a kite. We used to share fudge sundaes and ice cream in a cone. And although you cannot see him, I'm not standing here alone. 'Cause my daddy's always with me, even though we're far apart. I know because he told me he'll forever be in my heart.
With that, her hand reached up and lay across her chest, feeling her own heartbeat beneath her favorite dress. From somewhere in the crowd of dads, her mother stood in tears, proudly watching her daughter, who was wise beyond her years. For she stood up for the love of a man not in her life, doing what was best for her and doing what was right. And when she dropped her hand back down, staring straight into the crowd, she finished with a voice so soft, but its message clear and loud.
I love my daddy very much, and he's my shining star. I know he'd want to be here, but heaven's just too far. You see, my daddy's a Marine, but he died this past year. He fought the big bad terrorists, so we'd have nothing more to fear. But sometimes when I close my eyes, it's like he never went away. Even though my daddy won't be coming home, I know I'm the apple of his eye. And to all the daddies just like mine, Semper Fi, Daddy, Semper Fi.
Then she closed her eyes and saw him there that day. And to her mother's amazement, she witnessed with surprise a room full of daddies and children all starting to close their eyes. Who knows what they saw before them? Who knows what they felt inside? Perhaps just for a second, they saw him at her side.
I know you're with me, Daddy.
To the silence she called out. And what happened next made believers of those once filled with doubt. No one in that room could explain it, for each of their eyes had been closed. But there on the desk beside her was a long-stemmed pink rose. A child was blessed that day, if only for a moment, by the love of her shining star, and given the gift of believing that heaven is never too far.